What's going on, everybody? Sports Player 2.0 Daniel here. And guys, we went 9-3 yesterday, so a much better day than yesterday was. 9-3, 6 games over 500. So let's move on to tomorrow's games. The Orioles are going to Tampa Bay to face the Rays again. The Rays won yesterday's matchup. They did win, and for the pitching matchup for this game is Jordan Lyles for the Baltimore Orioles and Drew Rasmussen for the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Rays here. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Rays to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Chicago White Sox going to Detroit to face the Tigers. The Tigers won yesterday this matchup on a walk-off, I believe. No, in the bottom of the 8th they won. They walked it off. Yeah, they did. They walked it off in the bottom of the 9th. The Tigers won, upset. They upset the White Sox yesterday. And the pitching matchup for this game is Dylan Cease for the Chicago White Sox and Casey Mize for the Detroit Tigers. I'm going to go with the White Sox here to win this game on the road in Detroit. Next up, we have the Mariners visiting the Minnesota Twins. In last night's game, the Mariners won it. The Mariners won last night's game. Tonight's games, but yeah. The pitching matchup for this game is Logan Gilbert for the Seattle Mariners and Sonny Gray for the Minnesota Twins. I'm going to go with the Twins here. I like Sonny Gray on the mound better than Logan Gilbert, so I'm going to go with the Minnesota Twins to win this game. Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates going to St. Louis to face the Cardinals. The Cardinals, last time they faced against the Pirates, they won that game blowout fashion. I think the final score was 9-0. And the pitching matchup for this game is Mitch Keller for the Pirates and Miles Michaelis for the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm going to go with the Pirates here, believe it or not. I think the Pirates will get revenge on the Cardinals here on the road in St. Louis. Next up, we have the Milwaukee Brewers going up against the Chicago Cubs. This is the makeup game from last night, because last night's game got rained out. Brewers-Cubs, and the Cubs won the first game of this series. They did win it, and the pitching matchup for this game is Brandon Woodruff for the Milwaukee Brewers and Justin Steele for the Chicago Cubs. I'm going to go with the Brewers. Like I said in yesterday's video, I like the Brewers in this matchup. Next up, we have the Rangers going to Toronto to face the Blue Jays. What a comeback by the Toronto Blue Jays, down 7-0, and they come back to beat the Rangers. They come back and beat the Rangers. What a comeback that was, 7-0, and they came all the way back to beat them. I think the final score was like 10-8. So yeah, good job by the Blue Jays there coming back. What a comeback, 7 runs. 7-run deficit, they came back. And the pitching matchup for this game is Dane Dunning for the Texas Rangers and Kevin Gausman for the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm going to go with the Blue Jays here. I like Kevin Gausman on the mound for them, and I think they will win this game at home. Next up, we have the Oakland Athletics going to Philadelphia to face the Phillies. The Phillies won this game, the first meeting of this series. They won it, but they barely... No. Sorry about that. Next up, the pitching matchup for this game is Cole Irvin for the Oakland Athletics and Kyle Gibson for the Philadelphia Phillies. I had a hard time picking this game, but I came up with Phillies. I think the Phillies will get it done at home. Next up, we have the Marlins going to San Francisco to face the Giants. The Marlins almost came back on the Giants and beat them, but the Giants hung on to win. They walked it off in the bottom of the 9th. So yeah, the Giants walked it off. And the pitching matchup for this game is Pablo Lopez for the Miami Marlins and Carlos Rodon for the San Francisco Giants. I like the Marlins in this game. I really do. I like Pablo Lopez on the mound, and I think the Marlins will get a game here against the Giants. So give me the Marlins in that one. Next up, we have the Boston Red Sox going to New York to face the Yankees. The Yankees won it in extra innings. They walked it off. And I think the bottom of the 12th, that was a great game. They won it. The Yankees won it. And the pitching matchup for this game is Nick Pivetta for the Boston Red Sox and Luis Severino for the New York Yankees. I like the Red Sox here. I think the Red Sox will win this game. Next up, we have the Cleveland Guardians going to Kansas City to face the Royals. Last time they played, the Royals won that matchup. And the pitching matchup for this game is Zach Plesac for the Cleveland Guardians and Brad Keller for the Kansas City Royals. I like the Guardians here. I think they will get a game here against the Royals, and I think they will win this game. Next up, we have the New York Mets going to Washington to face the Nationals. The Mets took both games of the first two games of this series. They won today against the Nationals. The pitching matchup for this game is Chris Bassett for the New York Mets and Yoan Adon for the Washington Nationals. Now, I think the New York Mets will win this game. I think so. They will win it because Chris Bassett is pretty good, and I don't know who Yoan Adon is, so I think the Mets will win this game. Next up, we have the Cincinnati Reds going to Atlanta to face the Braves. They split their first two games. The Reds won the first game, and then the Braves won today. They won today. And the pitching matchup for this game is Vladimir Gutierrez for the Cincinnati Reds and Kyle Wright for the Atlanta Braves. I'm going to go with the Reds here. I think the Reds will win this game. The Braves have looked a little shaky to start off the season. They barely hung on to beat the Reds, but they did win, so let's see what happens. Next up, we have the Dodgers going to Colorado to face the Rockies. The Dodgers did win today. They did get the win. And the pitching matchup for this game is Tony Gonsolin for the Los Angeles Dodgers and German Marquez for the Colorado Rockies. Now, I think the Dodgers, I went back and forth on this one because German Marquez is a pretty good pitcher, but I thought the Dodgers offense would be great. So I think the Dodgers offense will back up Tony Gonsolin in this game, and I think the Dodgers will win. Next up, we have the San Diego Padres going to Arizona to face the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks won the first game on a walk-off fashion by this guy named Beer, and then the Padres won today. They won today. I think the final score was 3-0, yeah. And the pitching matchup for this game is Joe Musgrove for the San Diego Padres and Zach Davies for the Arizona Diamondbacks. I think the Padres will win this game. I'm going to take the Padres. And the final matchup of the day, we have the Houston Astros going to Los Angeles to face the Angels. The Astros took both games of the first two games of this series. They did beat the Angels twice, and the pitching matchup for this game is a great pitching matchup. Justin Verlander for the Houston Astros and Noah Syndergaard for the Anaheim Angels. I'm going to take the Astros, though. I think the Astros will win this game. I'm sorry, Noah Syndergaard. I know you're a former Met. I like you, but I think the Astros will win it. And that does it for today's picks for tomorrow's games. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please hit me the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.